Hello. Hello. I used to live in Saltaire, which is like Leeds but loads better. And if you've been there, yeah. And it's only there because of failure. It's only there because the water system in Bradford failed and Titus Salt couldn't make beautiful, clean wool and Angora products in Bradford, so they had to build it. And now it's a World Heritage Site, so failure is fucking ace. Failure creates things like that. I want to talk about the need to break things. I'm going to get that off there. The need to break things if we want to make them better. So I want to talk about the Do Lectures really, because the Do Lectures has got pretty much nothing going for it. It rains where the Do Lectures, you've all heard of the Do Lectures, yeah? Yeah, it's like TED, but better. Genuinely, lots better. So we thought we'd do something really gentle, and we called it Little Big Voice, and we wanted to hear the stories of people that made amazing changes that didn't have a big voice. And it worked. 2007 this was. So we thought, we'll do another one, but we need to change the name, because that's a shit name, Little Big Voice. So we called it the Do Lectures, because don't just stand there, do something. So where was it bound to work? I know, in the furthest corner of Wales, Cardigan, in the rain, you've got to really want to get there, there's no Wi-Fi, and you have to sleep in something like that, which is actually quite cool. But I spent last April sleeping in one of these with my another one of my partners called Carlo, who's another Do founding partner. And I woke up in the morning really early. Carlo was still asleep talking about his mum. No mum, no mum, no mum, no mum. Right? Fair enough. So you alright, mate? Oh yeah, oh Shayler. You see the size of my fucking erection? Carl, you've been speaking about your mother. Dreadful. Apologies for swearing, but I can't help it. So the Do Lectures, what's it got going for it? Not a lot, because no one wants to go. It's a long way away, and actually it's now huge. It's got about 3 million hits on the website. People love it. It's held as one of the best festivals in the world. And it was started by David Hyatt, a good friend of mine. And David Hyatt had this vision that you get to the end of your life and you're shown 2 films. One film is all the things you've achieved. Great. The other film is all the things, you're all right down there? Yeah. All the things you could have achieved if you'd used your skills and talents effectively. And the Do Lectures is there to close the gap between the 2 films. That's the whole plan. So we have people like Michael Acton-Smith who runs Mind Candy, Moshi Monsters. You may not like that kind of thing, but he's really good. And that failed. When he launched Moshi Monsters, no one went for it. He had 2 years of bumping along the bottom, and then suddenly it went crazy, absolutely crazy. And we have audiences of about 120, 130 people, each happy to pay £1,000, £1,500 to come and be inspired and get wet. And to make things even better, we know there's people that can't afford it, so we get sponsorship for what we call giving chairs. So there's 10 giving chairs a year that people can come and have for free if they write a really good and emotional letter. And it isn't just about the lectures. The lectures are only one part of it. The key thing is all the workshops that come with it. So you can get up at 7 o'clock and go on a canoe down the Teifi and watch the sunrise. Or you can get up at 7 o'clock and go for a run. Or you can get up at 7 o'clock and do some yoga. You can get up at 7 o'clock and bake bread. But the key thing is you're baking bread with a bloke called Tim Berners-Lee I've never heard of. And I'm kneading this bread, I'm putting it in the oven. I says, what do you do then, Tim? Well, I invented the internet. What do you do, Mark? Bake bread, really? That's about it. And that's the beauty of the Do Lectures. You don't know who you're sat next to. So this sounds ace, doesn't it? What can go wrong? It's a beautiful place to be. It's really ace. You eat fantastic food, some of the best pork pies I've ever eaten, some of the nicest tea. What could go wrong? I do an auction. That's generally pretty wrong. But we raise about 70 grand from stuff like that. And then we think, this is interesting, what can we do next? So we do it in America. And then we decide we're going to do it in Australia. So Sam Bell's starting one in Australia. And it's voted as one of the top 10 festivals, one of the top 10 events in the world. So where's the failure? Well, we wanted to break it because it was too successful. I'm actually scared of success more than I'm scared of failure, interestingly. So we broke it completely. We turned it into a workshop that set up 6 businesses in 3 days. And it worked really, really well. Irritating. So we're going to do it again, and we're starting a Do Business School in September. We've got about £4 million worth of capital funding, and we're going to take 3 terms, 15 companies a term, and pay them to be brilliant businesses. And then we're going to break the lectures. We're going to move it from where it is at Forest. We're going to go back from 120 to 40 people, back from 40 to 20 speakers, because I think that change happens at the edges, and it had become too big, too successful, and too mainstream. So we know that all of these things are going to happen, every single one of them. And you need to be careful what you wish for in that tent, because speakers come back and their lives have changed, delegates come back and their lives have changed, and genuinely, innovation happens at the edges. And if you don't embrace failure, if you don't want to fail, then you won't succeed and you won't see the value in it. Thank you.